Hey everybody, I'm Greg with the Fix My Bleep channel. Thanks so much for joining me today. So on this video I'm going to be doing an unboxing of the Rosewill computer case right here. There's a link in the description where you can find this. Be sure and like and subscribe to the channel. So I'll be pulling this out of the box. I'll be pulling out part by part everything that's included with this case. This looks like a really awesome case. This is an ATX mid-tower computer case, mostly for gamers. This thing looks amazing, you guys. So I did all my research on it. So let's see if this thing is as awesome as it looks. So let's get to the video. Alright you guys, so before we open this up, let's talk specs a little bit. So this is an ATX mid-tower case. It comes with tempered glass. It supports 4 120mm fans. This case supports the 360mm liquid cooling fans as well, which is always good to know. On top of that, this case is large enough that if you're a gamer, it'll support your large video cards. So it's super important to have a case that's deep enough to support those big video cards, the high-end ones. Alright you guys, so another good thing to know about this case is it comes with RGB LED fans that are already pre-installed. So you just plug these things into your motherboard and off you go. Alright you guys, so a few more specs on this case. So it's got quiet fan operation, it's got optimized ventilation, it's got large access ports, which is something I really like as a computer guy and get in there, and which ties into my last spec. It's got great cable management, so you can get into these access ports, you can access your cables so that they're not just draped all over your main board or whatever. So those are some more specs which attracted me to this particular case over a lot of the other cases that I looked at online. And yes, to answer your question, this case does support liquid cooling, not a problem. And this case weighs in at 20 pounds, just FYI. Alright you guys, let's get to this unboxing part that we talked about. So here we go. Well packaged. The Rosewill Cullinan MX series comes with a little instruction manual here. Tells you all about all the switches and settings and everything. Fans, parts, how to take off the tempered glass. All that good stuff. A little remote for your RGB lighting. Let's open this up, take a look at it. Thumb screws for your tempered glass. You want to be sure and support it as you unscrew these. Nice big fans set up in here. Alright you guys, here's a little bit better look at the inside of the case right here. So if you look down a little bit, your power supply will go down right in here. Compartment for your power supply. You can pull off all of these panels right here, easy enough. Your board sits right in here. You've got all of these nice big fans right in here. And then up in the top is where your water cooler is actually going to go, or your liquid cooling, right up on the top here. That's where this panel is at. This is just a magnetic panel that lifts off for good ventilation right there. That's where your liquid cooling will go. And again, these panels can come off right here to access the power supply or get more ventilation, whatever you need to do there. So this has a ton of access, a ton of cable management. Now in particular, I do like this for cable management. Check this out right here. So your board's laying right here, but you can pull all your cables through the back side of the case right here. Now this is really a nice idea right there. And then you've also got extra slots right here to pull cables through. And right down in here, you've got all these extra slots right here to pull up power cables up through the up from the power supply. All right, you guys, let's turn this around and take a look at the other side of the case here. Let's pull this side off. Got our thumb screws right here holding our tempered glass on. Once again, the tempered glass has a plastic film on it protecting it. Just want to support it as you pull out those thumb screws and pull off your tempered glass. Here's our RGB controller, it looks like right here. That does come with a remote. And here is some cabling right here and right here for your fans, your RGB, hard drive bays. Alright, you guys, we're looking at the back side of this. And so we've got a lot of cables here already that plug to the board. And some of these will go to the fans, it looks like. Some of these will go up to the RGB. And here's those cables already clipped together. Here's a little RGB controller right here. This is for the remote. There's a hard drive bay right here. Oh, and it's got our parts box in the hard drive bay. So hard drive bay right there. Another hard drive bay. Oh, it's got our remote in there. Some zip ties. Some screws, little RGB remote. Alright, you guys, here's the front cover, which is also tempered glass, so be careful with that one. You've got like a magnetic shroud here covering your fans. Look at those babies. Very nice. Take a closer look. You have to pinch the screws and that front cover will pop right off. Alright, you guys, so on the very top of the case, you've got your power button, got your reset button, you've got your USB 3.0, USB 2.0, you've got your audio port, your microphone, your audio jack port, and then this is actually a fan control speed. You've got your regular speed, you've got your low speed, and then you've got your high or turbo speed right here. Time to take a good look at the back of this case. So we're looking at the back of the tower right now. And it does come with one fan built in right here. This is obviously where your motherboard is going to hang out of the case right here. You've got all your slots right here for your video card, sound card, whatever other card you have if you need any other additional cards. The all-important power supply on the bottom right here. You got some additional slots over here. And if you look in that power supply, that bay is enormous right there. And then your hard drive bays right there. A couple of SATA bays. And you've got some solid state drive bays right here. Alright, you guys, just a couple of things to point out here. With the tempered glass, it does come wrapped with this layer of plastic on it just to protect it during shipping. And it also comes with some tint. So this front piece is a little less tinted, and that goes on the front of your computer so you can show off all your awesome components and everything. So that's your front panel right here. Your back panel is quite heavily tinted, which is quite a bit darker. That will go on the back of your computer case, and that basically is going to hide all of your cabling, your cords, and everything else on the back of your computer case. And then of course your front panel right here goes on the very front of your case. That does have some tint on the glass as well. Alright, you guys, Outside case measurements, top to bottom peg, 19 inches. Outside to outside, 15.5 inches. All the way across with your glass on is going to be 9 inches. And front to back with your glass on, it's going to be just over 15.5. If you're talking out on your front, you're going to be 17 inches. Alright, you guys, just a little bit closer look inside the case. As you can tell, it already comes with the standoffs for the motherboard built right into it. You can rearrange those standoffs as needed. There are a few in the parts packet, but most of them are already screwed down inside the case, but you can rearrange those. Gives you a little bit better look there. The fan on the back of the case. There are your 3 fans on the front of the case. Alright, you guys, and not to compare units or anything here, but when it comes to video cards, I grabbed a couple of old video cards I've got, because, most important thing you're going to put in your case besides your processor is going to be your video card. So I've got this old video card. This is obviously a really small video card here. So your video card, this is like 7 inches. That is not going to have a problem fitting in that case. So that obviously is not going to be a gamer card. That's like a low-end card right there. 7 inches, not going to be a problem. Now, a more likely card people are going to install is going to be a beast. Something like that. It's going to have minimum 1 cooling fan on it, more likely 2 or 3 cooling fans on it. This is an older card I yanked out of another computer. This is not going in this machine. This is just for the video. So this card so in the case you're talking 9 inches that's going to sit in the case. That's not going to have any problem going in there, just to give you some idea. So you drop a card in like that, or a couple of them, you've still got a good 4 inches or so before you hit the other side of that case. Alright, you guys, if you're going to drop like a 1080, I mean that's an older card too, but just to give you an idea size wise, this is the box the 1080 came out of. You're looking at 11 inches in size. I don't have the card because it's in my current computer right now. So 11 inches. For a GeForce GTX 1080. So 11 inches is going to go right in there. That's not going to be an issue, guys. 11 inches will drop in that computer, no problem whatsoever. Alright, you guys, as I was turning this case over, there is one more part I just discovered. There's this little vent thing on the bottom. It's like a little tray. Basically, I mean, it's got like a screen on it, so a dust catcher, and it goes literally right underneath your power supply. So check that out. That goes right under where your power supply will go. So, kinda cool. Catch all the dust bunnies. So this is everything in the box. So we have all of our little thumb screws here to hold on the tempered glass. We have 2 SATA drive trays. We have said tempered glass right here. 2 nice big sheets of it that are already covered in plastic, so those aren't cracks, that's just the plastic covering to protect it. We have obviously the case itself, and I pulled everything off the case that I can take off of it. We have our remote control. We have our magnetic screens. We have our instruction booklet and a little box with some parts in it, some zip ties, an extra thumb screw, a few extra motherboard standoffs it looks like. We have some more magnetic screens, one for the top. We have the screen for under the bottom where the power supply is. The other screen is for the very front of the computer. And we have the front part of the case right there, tempered glass. Again, covered in plastic, protective plastic. And that is everything in the box, you guys. I'm excited to get this thing all put together. I'm going to throw an awesome board in there. Going to throw a good processor in there, and hopefully get a good graphics card here one of these days. Alright you guys, so that's everything that was in the box. It's all laid out right here on the counter. Hopefully this is going to be a good case and worth the money that I paid for it. So once I get all the parts, I'm going to assemble this whole computer, put it all together, and do a full-on review on this case. I'm going to let you know how the airflow functions, if the fans are actually as quiet as it says that they are, if the RGB works, if the remote works, if the cable management works as it says it will. And be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and then you can catch that review. Be sure and check out these other awesome videos right here, you guys, and hey, I'll talk to you later.